Today's Girl Which Way show is brought to you by Shalia Speaks. Shalia Speaks is the umbrella that the Shalia brand stands under. Whether it's coaching sessions, books, or speaking, Shalia Speaks is the vehicle that gets my voice out to you all. This Black Friday, when you log on to shaliavinny.com and book a coaching session, you will receive 50% off of that session. Use code ShaliaBlack21 at checkout. Slots are limited, so don't miss out on your one-on-one session with yours truly. Hello and welcome to the Girl Which Way podcast, the show that exists because life is a journey, but you still need direction. Grab your tribe and get ready because each episode we'll be talking about our real life issues, answering questions, and building solid relationships with one another as we heal and learn. I'm your host, your girl, Shalia Vinny, and today's show is for my hopeless romantics. I feel you, I'm one of you for sure, but the question is, when is enough enough? All the time, I get your DMs, your messages, and emails. And at the end of the day, you're fighting to make your relationship work. You're fully invested in the relationship, and your messages are always full of a desperation almost to fix things. You're not willing to just walk away. You see everything that your person could be, and you picture this beautiful future that you could have with the person. You see the relationship blossoming into marriage, kids, love, and happiness. It's almost like you need me to tell you that you're not crazy. You need me to tell you that you're not wrong. You're looking to me to give you a nod of reassurance so you don't feel so alone or be out here looking stupid over this man. Your messages to me are often like that last-ditched effort to salvage your self-esteem and pick your heart up off the floor. I literally feel your hearts just aching and longing for this person, hoping and praying that he'll change and love you even half as much as you love him. So today, in an open forum, I'd like to respond to you, and I hope that you hear me loud and clear, and I pray that this message finds you where you are and gives you whatever clarity you may be needing. I want you to experience the life-altering love that you deserve, and I'm rooting for your relationships, but I need you to hear this now. You can do anything you want to do except make someone love you. It's almost too easy to get caught up in the infatuation stage and live there. You're so busy looking at everything good in your person that you overlook their flaws. For every one good thing, there could be 3 bad things, but the one good thing is enough to keep you going. There's a reason that they say that love is blind, because it truly is the perfect illusion. What is it about love that just makes us so clumsy? We stumble across our words and we fall deep and hard. We lose all common sense and logic. Friends and family members can get dismissed real easy if we think they're even trying to get between anything that we've built with our person. They see the red flags that we often roll right past without a second thought. We can give advice to others in similar situations, but can't see the same scenarios when we're living in them. We make excuses for our person. We're so busy planning our happily ever after that we ignore the hell that we're often standing in. One of the most beautiful and simultaneously dangerous things you can do is to see the best in someone. Yeah, of course you should see the best in people and give the benefit of the doubt, but you must decide how far this goes. Some of you have people telling you in one way or another that you're more into them than they're into you. Some of you have people telling you and showing you that they're seeing other people, they're married, they want a situationship, they want to focus on themselves. They say things like, I need to work on myself, do me, or I'm not ready for a relationship. All while proceeding to request relationship type benefits from you. And you allow them to access your conversations, your hearts, and your bodies because you rather have some of them than none of them. And they will never want all of you, but they'll take advantage of your feelings for them because they know you'll let them. So they sample you and save you for later. The worst part about it, you think this makes you special. You think the fact that they keep coming back means you matter. But the truth is, they keep coming back simply because it's easy to come back and you're always going to be a place of convenience to them. Don't ever get so caught up that you're okay with letting someone put you on layaway. You know, when they love bomb you and say all the right things that you need to hear just to keep you waiting around for them. Then once they've secured you, they leave you waiting for as long as they want while they're actively window shopping the rest of the available inventory in the streets. You deserve better than someone being uncertain about if they want to be with you or not. Now, we've talked before about when it's time to leave a relationship, but that was mostly when it's your choice. This is for the involuntary leaving, when it's not your choice, when it hurts to let them go because you want them more than anything in the world. What do you do when you're crazy about this person but know deep down that they don't feel the same way? The fact that you question this as much as you do tells me one thing. He doesn't love you, and you know it's true. You can bargain with yourself and convince yourself that he feels the same way if you want to, but you're only wasting more time, and at the end of the day, you're only hurting yourself. Sometimes we must pick our good intentions and pry it up off the floor and admit that we've made a mistake, and maybe, just maybe, this isn't our person. We've got to stop holding out the hope that he will change or that he's going to all of a sudden develop feelings and learn to reciprocate. Eventually, you're going to have to stop seeing the best in him and seeing him for what he could be and start seeing him for who he is right now, today. Right now, today, he is someone who doesn't feel the same way that you do. Today's Girl Which Way show is brought to you by Shalia Speaks. Shalia Speaks is the umbrella that the Shalia brand stands under. Whether it's coaching sessions, books, or speaking, Shalia Speaks is the vehicle that gets my voice out to you all. This Black Friday, when you log on to shaliavinny.com and book a coaching session, you will receive 50% off of that session. Use code ShaliaBlack21 at checkout. Slots are limited, so don't miss out on your one-on-one session with yours truly. So we've been discussing being in relationships where we're more invested in a person than they are in us. How do we navigate this, and what are we supposed to do about it? So here are a few things I want you to keep in mind if you're in this situation or you ever find yourself in it. Number one, make a list of pros and cons. I want you to be completely honest with yourself because it's the only way this is going to work. I want you to write a list of everything that you love about him and everything good about him. Then write a list of everything bad about him and everything that you wish was different about him and the relationship. Sometimes you need to see it on paper. Don't make excuses for him and don't sugarcoat it. See if the bad outweighs the good. Are you in love with his potential or who he actually is? Number two, speaking of potential, I know some of you are going to say, what's wrong with potential? Potential is good. No one's perfect. I agree with that. But the question is, whose potential is it? Yours or his? Very often, men will tell you something and you think you can change him if you love him enough. For example, he's already told you he doesn't want to get married or he doesn't want to have kids, and you want both. He's the one for you, right? In your mind, he's going to change. He doesn't know that for sure. He's just never met the woman like you that will make him change. If you just spend more time together, he'll change his mind. Now see, that's your potential, not his. He was clear already. You just didn't want to hear it. Number three, do you feel used? You have real feelings for him. I know. But do you get sad when he leaves you or when you're going to part ways because once the climax happens, he's done with you? Or once he gets whatever he called you for, you don't know for sure when you're going to hear from him again? Do you feel used? Like he never calls you just for you, just to check in or to say he's thinking of you. There's always some sort of string attached. Feeling used or like you've been taken for a ride is usually an indication that something is afoot here. You really want to pay attention to this. Number four, you need to just cut it. One reason why it's hard to think clearly is because you're too accessible to him. He's made it clear he doesn't want you, but he borrows the best pieces of you, and it's confusing and heartbreaking for you. It's his plan. He knows what to say and what to do to keep you on the hook. Smiley hearts and emojis, calling or texting out the blue, showing up trying to seduce you. It's all intentional because he needs to know that he's still got you on the hook. He's counting on you to care. Notice how every time you start to feel a little bit over him and like you can move on, here he comes to ruin the day. It's intentional. Anytime he can transfer back that energy, he needs to. He might call for advice, tell you he needs you, reassure you that he doesn't have love for anybody else but you, or come over to chill with you or take you out. He'll do anything to keep you having feelings for him. You need to cut access to yourself off. No one should get the best parts of you for nothing. He doesn't want you? Okay. Then he doesn't want your advice or your help or your cooking or your body either. He can't pick and choose what parts of you that he wants. Number five, you're going to have to start to be honest. You don't want to match energy and you don't agree with how he wants to handle your relationship. You want what you want. You need to be honest with yourself because it'll save you a lot of heartache. You know you don't really want to share him with anyone else. You know you want to be exclusive. You know you don't like the way he treats you. You see how he talks to you and you've seen how he interacts with other girls. You want him to claim you. You want all of him. And even though you thought you could do the part-time, we do us when we're apart, and when we get together, we're together for the moment thing, you know your heart can't deal with this. Be honest with yourself and then be honest with him. Yes, of course it's hard, but wasting time and energy on something that isn't growing is not any better. You need to keep it a buck. The worst kind of pain is being in love with somebody and knowing in your heart of hearts that they don't love you back. You might not see it now, but it could be a blessing in disguise. Sometimes we try so hard to hold on to things that are actually holding us back. Moving forward, let's learn to let go and stop trying to force things that aren't for us. When it's natural and meant to be, it'll flow and it'll feel good to our souls. We won't have to question its intentions or find ourselves in love alone. We can't make anyone love us, and we shouldn't have to convince anyone that we're special and deserving of being cherished. Yes, this is a blessing for sure, because now that we've seen the worst, we will recognize, honor, and appreciate it when we get the best, and we'll be ready for it. Please love yourselves enough to demand more now and forever, because you are worth it. I love you. Today's show is brought to you by Shalia Speaks. Please rate the show on your favorite streaming platform and share it with one person who you think needs to hear it, and then ask them to do the same. Remember, good, better, best. We will never let it rest. To your good is better and your better is best. Until next time, your friend and motivator, Shalia. Bye.